Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Windows and why I am completely done with it. I don't want to use it anymore, especially as my main operating system, and now I really am only going to use it as a backup in case Linux shits the bed, which it sometimes can. It's still a little unstable, especially compared to Windows, but I still think the trade-offs are very, very worth it because I just can't stand Windows 11 especially anymore. One big example is, for whatever reason, sometimes it kind of happens rarely, so I'll give them that. But sometimes when I log into my PC and I'm just trying to use it normally, it will keep saying to finish setting up your PC, even though I've already done that like 10 million times before because I've seen that screen a lot of the times saying to finish setting up your PC. Now, why is this here? Probably to just shove Microsoft services down your throat even more, which I absolutely hate. Because even when I say, no, I don't want to subscribe to this, I don't care, please stop showing me this, it just keeps showing me this. And that's probably one of the worst parts about Windows, not only with like their services and them trying to push it onto you, but also with Windows Update, because Windows Update has been kind of a meme. Whenever you tell it to not update, it just decides whenever to update. It's annoying. So again, I really dislike that about Windows. But another thing I really hate about Windows that I didn't even mention in my Windows 11 sucks video, which I recommend you go watch, even though I was very angry in that video, and now I'm a little bit calmer, but still, is whenever you go into the start menu, sometimes it'll just show you ads and recommended games and apps. I don't want to see that shit, especially on an operating system that I paid money for my pre-built. Like I paid for the Windows license in the pre-built money. So I shouldn't need to see shit, even when it's like Windows 10 Home or Windows 11 Home. I shouldn't see ads in my fucking OS. It's annoying. It cheapens the experience, and overall, just I don't like it. Again, especially when you're paying like $100 for like a Windows license, it sucks. And also, generally, Linux doesn't have those issues. It doesn't have it at all. There's no ads. There's no stupid ass bullshit trying to get you to sign up to their stupid services. And I understand that Microsoft is a big corporation that has a lot of different shit under their belt, but that's still no excuse for them to shove ads and bullshit down your throat, obstructing you, I mean, from using the actual goddamn operating system until you say, nope, nope, stop showing me this. And then even then again, it'll just rarely show you that stupid pop-up screen saying to finish setting things up, when I've already done that like 3 other separate times. So again, it drives me up the fucking walls. But not only that, I've also experienced another issue recently where I was just trying to delete a file. And this wasn't even on Windows 11, which it most likely would have been worse on, but it was actually on Windows 10 on like my older PC. So I tried removing a WAV file, or not removing, but I tried editing a FLAC file, and I tried editing the metadata, and I accidentally pressed enter when I think I shouldn't have, or just something when I was editing like the artist name, I think. And then that caused it to absolutely freak the fuck out. And then the metadata just went off the screen. It just was extremely strong with how many times it just kept repeating the same artist, to the point where it just filled up the metadata and made it impossible to right click and delete it, or right click it, or permanently delete the file in any single way. I tried everything, tried to remove permanently deleting the file with a shortcut, tried going into command prompt, tried just right clicking it and trying to press delete. Nothing worked because it just kept loading because the metadata was that damn large. So how did I fix this? By going into Windows Safe Mode, by going into that, and then now it all of a sudden works. And it took me like a fucking hour to figure that out because I tried everything else. Because why wouldn't it work? I still don't know why it worked. I don't know why Windows Safe Mode all of a sudden worked. I think it's because there were not as many processes running in the background, so we could like fully focus on like deleting the metadata. But it still should have done that when I was, forcefully trying to delete the file anyway. I don't understand why it just couldn't do it. It just kept loading indefinitely and just never did it. So again, that made me really, really mad. Again, especially because, yes, part of this was my fault, but still, I don't know why the metadata fucking bugged out when I was just trying to edit the artist name. It was weird. So, besides that, I'm just going to be kind of rehashing what I said in the Windows 11 Sucks video. Generally, the services that Microsoft tries to push down your throat, especially by default, is extremely annoying. Like, I don't want to store my stuff in OneDrive. Please stop doing it by default. Like, it's annoying as all hell. Everybody gets a PC to store their own local storage. Nobody wants to store all of their data in the cloud. That's like the fucking worst idea ever, especially for privacy concerns. So why is that on by default? It wasn't on by default in Windows 10, I don't think, but it's on by Windows 11 and Windows 11 now because Microsoft again is even more incessant to push their services down your throat, and it's just really fucking annoying. I hate it. I can't stand it. I can't stand Windows any longer, and that's why again I'm switching to Linux. I'm trying to decide between CachyOS or Nobara. Both of them are decently different, especially in terms of what they're based on. Nobara, I think, is based off of Fedora, and then CachyOS is based off of Arch Linux. I'm more leaning towards Cachy, even though I've heard that Arch Linux is a little more unstable than Fedora, because I've heard the gaming performance in CachyOS is actually better a lot of the times than Windows, and just generally it just looks clean. You get to choose a lot of different desktop environments. It's not super hard to use for a beginner. It's harder to use for a beginner, but I think I could probably find my way around it. And also the Arch Linux support community, or not support community, but just the Arch Linux community in general has a lot of support behind it and a lot of tutorials and stuff like that and guides. So I don't think I should get lost along the way, although considering how uncautious I am sometimes when I'm making really, really big changes, probably should be more cautious about this shit. And I was cautious about this, and I backed up all of my data to like an external SSD for Windows. And it should work because I installed like the portable ISO file onto like a flash drive as well. So if in case I ever need to restore the image, in case again Linux goes wrong or something like that, then I think I could do that. And yeah, that is basically it. I don't have a whole lot else to say, and that will be all. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.